Mic check 1 2. Mic. Sounds good to me. I say we look like on camera. And
Perfect.
BNY Network was good. DMV.
What's up?
Rick
what's
Will,
up?
Set Man, back with you. Carlos, co-host. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. In what, America out here? Shout out to the red-blooded Americans.
Hey, what's the last podcast we did?
It was La Plata.
It was
the La Plata. Oh, that was a few months ago too, wasn't it?
Nah, that was last month because
Really?
I did one with my boy Ryan, and I was sick for a while, then busy, so obviously our times didn't match up. But hey, it doesn't matter. We're here.
Hey, back at it again.
Yeah. Back, community-based conversation, Charles County, and we have a special guest here. Someone has not been on the podcast yet before. One time for Christopher Lindstrom. Want to give you a round of applause, sir. Thank you very much for coming through Stop and Pass. I don't want to say you're representing Charles County libraries. I want to say you're speaking as your own independent voice here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I'm a librarian in Charles County.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Just want to clear that for the people. So, Carlos had we got through the email chain and we got to talking, but there's some things with the library you want to highlight and bring attention to the masses here. First and foremost, I'm gonna let you take the mic from there, introduce yourself properly, and then we'll just build it from that.
So I'm Chris Lindstrom. Been working as a librarian in Charles County for 6 years now, and started in March 26th, I believe, last year. We unionized with UFCW. So that's just all like the main like frontline workers, and then there's still an ongoing campaign for like the supervisors to also unionize.
Oh wow! Also, the supervisors get to unionize, and oh wow.
Yep. So it's there's like a distinction between like managers and supervisors.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's pretty murky, but
Okay,
like they figured it out, but it's like it was surprising like when we got like the list of like who qualifies.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So what is your overall goal as far as what you're trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish here? You mentioned union.
Yeah. So like, I started organizing recently. July of 24, and the things that like motivated me were like just lack of full-time opportunities. We had some full-time jobs that were cut in half, and just seeing a lot of librarians who were hoping for full-time and like had kind of saw like a career in front of them, kind of realized like I might need to go like find anything else that's full-time to like sustain myself. And like I just like constantly seeing kind of like the revolving door just because there was less opportunities. Like just really wanted to clear that up, and like also like more like opportunities for full time and benefits for employees that didn't have a bachelor's degree, because that's kind of a harder thing to get. And then also just like codifying like protections for like trans and like neurodivergent staff, just any workers that might be more vulnerable and like really can't rely on like our current governments like EEOC.
Yeah.
Just making sure like the protections are like baked in to like the workplace itself. Just because like the trans workers, neurodivergent people, like those are like, I think like libraries are very like friendly like places for those kind of workers. Mm-hmm. So just like making sure that like their jobs are like protected was like important to me.
Wow, that's y'all doing some actual like honest work. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and also like it's funny because I'm trying to hunt down this like academic book called The Alienated Librarian. Came out in 1989, and it really seems like it touches on the same like issues that I was having, where like a lot of staff have like burnout, like occupational stress, and there's really it's hard to like mitigate that. And like I work at PD Brown. I mean,
Where is that for some people who may not know?
It's in the Smallwood area.
Okay.
I'm a librarian that works in that area. Let me clarify.
Okay.
But like we see a lot of people where it's like their first day unhoused and they come to the library. That's like kind of like my niche is like I try to like be a librarian for like people that are looking for jobs, people like looking for housing, things like that. And it's just like it's hard to do that and not get burnt out.
Yeah.
So like, that's why I just feel like librarians need to be treated more than like a premium retail type job, because it is like social work. It's
Actually, in that, can you tell us about what is it a librarian does? Because I'm sure a lot of people may just look at it from like the front facing,
Just checking out books and
they
telling
think
everybody to be quiet.
That. So can you like kind of elaborate to a lot of people what
Yeah.
they don't see?
Yeah, no. So I mean, it's like checking out books, and that's like really like 5% of the job. But it's helping people that like are trying to work on like resumes, like Microsoft Office.
Really?
People that have like trouble with their computers, need help printing. So just kind of, semi Kinko's work.
Okay.
And then also we do programming, try to like find technology and like showcase it to the public.
Oh really? Oh wow.
And just like one thing that's like important to me too is like where like a bathroom you can come in and use, like we're like a place you can like come in and sit down on a chair and like you can like pass time and like you don't need to be bothered for that. So just like all of that at once. But we go to the detention center.
Oh really?
Yeah, we do like employment programs for them.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean,
That's awesome.
it's a long list,
Y'all do a lot like more things than I ever thought.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
just
yeah.
get a card and
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You
then
just get your book and go home.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Like you all actually do, like you were saying earlier, like social work for the community.
Yeah.
And you all are like kind of like the hub to where people go who need resources.
So you said resume building. How's that still working for you as obviously with AI and all that? How is that still a function that you offer? Is that something you offer, or is that something that you just do?
So like I feel like if it's not your niche, like you're more shown like the best practices on like teaching someone like where to find jobs, the basics of what a resume should look like. I try to get a little bit more, just because I actually like want people to get jobs. Mm-hmm. Like I like just will do whatever I can to really like set them up to like succeed on that. But I know I'm pretty like anti AI. Like I feel like it takes more work to set up than to like have it work for you in most cases. So like I can see maybe you can set up like job alerts, but I mean that already exists for people. I just feel like, especially the people that come into our library, it's just like AI is like just they're not using it, or it's tricking them into thinking that like like the psychosis people have been getting. Like I just think like the Chat GPT, like if you're not like tech savvy, is just really it's just like a trap.
They get caught in that like scam
Yeah.
type of loop stuff. Wow.
I mean that's a part of the job too, is like just seeing Facebook pages and it's like Miley Cyrus being like, hey, like we're getting married, and like being like, I don't think you should.
Oh, so you all actually have helped people like through that who are like in the library. Wow.
And like like, we also do programs on like how to avoid scams, but like I think AI just like multiplies that.
Wow.
So this is all baked in the job resume, or is it something that just came along as time goes?
So there's like employment based programs, but usually it's like someone coming in to write a resume and they need help.
And it's part of your job description.
No, I mean it's just kind of what we do. Like the computers are self-service, but like that's not really how it actually is.
No, yeah,
like
yeah.
whenever people need help on anything, where like I'm like going in and like photoshopping things because there's no like technical way to like do it cleanly, just whatever it takes. Like yeah, I mean a lot of it is like, the way I look at it is like just being able to Google something like a minute faster than the person you're talking to. So like someone comes in with a problem, I don't know how to solve it, but I'll just like solve it real quick.
Yeah.
And then like boom, they think I like went to
saved their
school.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So yeah, so like the AI, like it hasn't come in. There's been no like friction with the public with that. Like no one really has been like coming in wanting to use it that I've seen.
Okay, so you're talking unionizing. What exactly? What are your three? I know you kind of mentioned a few of them, but are you looking for more pay? Are you looking for what kind of benefits are you also looking for too?
So, I mean, I feel like I'd more respect in the workplace. Having like a stronger voice. Like I want like co-determinism. Like I want like policies to be like crafted together. Like I'm not trying to overthrow the management. I just want like us to be able to like see eye to eye on things, and it's just not really the way I see like it's has been. But then I just want more people to be like comfortable having that job. So like, if that means getting full time, if that means getting health insurance.
Are you not currently getting that?
No, I just like the part timers and like
They're not getting that.
Yeah.
They don't get that benefit.
not health insurance.
Wow.
And then if you don't have a bachelor's degree, there really isn't a health insurance job
Yeah.
like available. So like
Even for full time.
no, for full time.
Okay.
Well, you can't be full time without the bachelor's. Like it's
Okay.
It's the non-bachelor's is all part time. It's just how it's worked.
How many full time employees? So how many employees are at a library?
Like per branch.
All right,
Like-
yours or yeah.
Yeah, like 15 to 25.
How many would be considered full time?
Like 8.
Okay, so about 8, 15, 20, yeah, a little bit less than half, or maybe
Around
half, a little
half.
bit less than half.
But from what I've seen, like 6 of those 8 part timers want full time. You
They,
know,
they want to be full time.
Yeah.
Is it a budget thing, or is there a reason why is there a need to have that many full time employees?
I mean, there's definitely a need because we're constantly evolving like what we do. So like, I definitely think more full time work is necessary. I don't know why like they cut the positions in half to get rid of the health insurance. Like I don't know whose mandate that is to reduce like health insurance, but like that's just like after COVID, what I saw happening.
So even with that, so you all are, so do you have people who currently now who have bachelors who were moved from full-time down to part-time, or are they just making it so that you only are part-time if you don't have that bachelor's degree?
So it's the library assistant is like the below bachelor, and that so it's based on whether or not you're going to be a library assistant or a public services associate, which is the full-time one.
Okay.
So it's more about like what's open.
Oh, okay. And so what you were saying before, when they were like cutting people's jobs down to full-time to part-time, they were moving people.
No, so that was like when there would be a open position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so no one was getting like
Oh, no one has been currently taken from full-time down to part-time.
No.
Okay. They're just not expanding the amount of full-time jobs.
well they were just reducing it when they had the opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
When? What do you mean by when have the opportunity?
Like if a full-timer left,
They just want to fill it,
they would just cut that in half.
To 2 part-times instead
Yeah.
of 1. Wow.
so they can also you cutting insurance.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're okay. Now,
And that's where the
now
backlog
okay.
is.
All right. Now we're
Okay.
starting to. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, so I was also I've talked to librarians in like Western Maryland, and like some of the staffing at those libraries is wild. Like, you have like the full-time branch manager, and then you have like 2 other part-timers, and that's the entire like library.
Wait, hold up. So 3 people are running
Yeah.
an entire library for a whole area.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess it's like insanely rural, but like I'm just like how can you? There's like times where it's just like 2 part-timers working. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand how
does
it
that
works.
function? As like
I mean, I guess it's only open during like one person's like whole workday, so it's not like they need to like cover.
yeah, but that's still a lot. Like if you have 10 people who come in and everyone needs help, I'm one person and I'm a part-time person. How am I going to
Yeah.
really help everybody? Wow.
And then like just all the resources are kind of like sent to like the central library, which is like, you know, like multi-floor, like, you know, like
So they're like consolidating it.
yeah.
Into. Do you see that also happening here in Charles County, where they're kind of consolidating the funds to say, hey, we're going to prioritize this library here, kind of let the rest of them kind of crumble?
No, I would say more like they're prioritizing like creating that new La Plata library. So it's like the future project. So, but like I wouldn't say there's like unfair.
Okay.
Like,
This future La Plata Library. Educate me. How is that supposed to be staffed? How is it? What is the idea for how that's supposed to run? What is it going to look like?
I would assume like Waldorf West, but I don't have like any like insight. I mean part of thinking about unionizing too is like got to make sure that like when that's built that they don't just take the current staff and then put them in a bigger building that requires more like making sure that it's like properly like staffed.
Can you look up La Plata Library? See if we can find information on that. All right, let's take it back a step because I'm gonna bring it back full circle from there. How many?
I had one question too. But
Go ahead.
Oh, real quick with the unionization, is it just the library that you're at that unionized, or was it like all the public libraries throughout the county were unionized together?
All the libraries.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like numbers. It's not just like one library. So you all have power in numbers with like all of you all could come together. and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. All right, cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, even with that, so wow. So also, can you kind of explain that process of like how it was unionizing for you all? Because you have a lot. I mean, as we all see across the country right now, everyone's trying to unionize and seeing kind of how hard it is to get the card signed, get the votes, and all that. How was it for you all to actually like unionize? Like, what was that process like?
Yeah. So, and a part of like, especially like heading towards the end of the unionized process, like that was like a big motivator. Was like, hey, we're like one of the only like shops that have the opportunity to do this without it getting, you know, especially when the NLRB was like being like essentially dismantled. Like, so I really want to make sure that we got it done. It was definitely weird. It was really weird because, like, the 4 libraries, we don't have like perfect ability to like talk to each other. So like my branch, like I got it done like, you know, pretty quickly because like, you know, I was just able to talk to my coworkers and like that I already had trust with them. And like, I was like, we should do this and like, I'll get it done. And they like believed in it. But you know, then now I have to go and talk to librarians I've never met before. And like, I have to kind of like, you know, like, oh, I'm looking for a DVD. Like, and then just like, and I hate doing it. Like, I wish that like it all could be like straight, like, you know, upfront, like earnest conversation. But like, that's like how it has to be. But I think the hard thing was that we just like, I wanted to protect because I was like, I had a lot of part-timer support. Like, I didn't want them to feel like they could get their job in jeopardy. A lot of people that were supportive, I didn't want them to get their job in jeopardy. So like, I was really like the only like publicly like, hey, I'm the one doing this. Wow. Like, and I think it worked to our favor because I think it just, it didn't feel like it was actually going to happen because like, it's just always just me like making stuff up essentially on like where we're at.
Oh, okay.
But, so, you know, it just, I kind of did the Columbo, like oafish, like character to like kind of just like seem like it was like not like very close. But then at like the bad side of that is that without like a strong organizing committee, like, you know, it's just hard to like protect it. It was hard when we were getting like the surveys for bargaining and we just didn't get enough, and so like
So what do you mean by that? You said
So-
surveys for bargaining?
yeah, like finding out what people want, like what the priorities
okay.
were, like it just that was a time where like it was kind of hard to talk to staff because we were kind of like, the union just certified, and that's when like the big law firm came and kind of
Oh, sorry.
like shut down
Yeah,
communication.
Let's take a step back.
little
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, Ricky.
Step back. So you all unionized.
Yep.
I was even go back before that a little bit.
Okay, I was gonna. All right. Let me ask this one more time. And what was the date on that? The union, the when you unionized
March 26th
of this year.
of yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Carlos, and we'll go from there.
So, did you all have like a vote where it was like you had to have a vote on whether you unionize or not? Like, what was that process? Like, how did that, or did you all get to that point? Was it just like automatically accepted? Did the public libraries were like, no, we challenged even the election results, all that?
Okay, yeah. So, traditionally you get 50% or you get 30% of cards that say you want union representation, and then I think at 30%, like the employer can like acknowledge that you guys, or I don't know, it's you 30. I think for us it was 30%. We could have an election, and that's like we all one day vote and win or fail.
Yep.
But what we did is we needed 50% plus one. So as long as we had 50% of the like employees plus one, just so that we had like a majority, like it was taken care of.
Oh.
So that's what we ended up doing.
Oh, so y'all didn't have to have like a whole election and all that. It was once you got 50 plus one automatic, we're good.
Yep.
Wow.
And we won it because my branch, we all signed a letter saying that we like decided together to do this, and we wanted to go public to like encourage staff to not be like afraid of like getting in trouble. And like after we did that, we got like the last like 8 people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who owns the library?
It's an interesting question. I would say the public, but it's like more obscure than that, I guess, because we're quasi-government, like quasi-county. Mm-hmm. Like the county owns the buildings, but like I just like we're not a private enterprise.
So when you unionized, who had an issue with it?
Like the library leadership. So like the people at the top of like admin.
Okay. And then their next step was to do what after you unionized?
So like when for our fiscal year is in July. So like this year's
Okay. Interesting.
yeah, so we're in like FY26 right now. So when we got the budget, they allocated $250,000 to collective bargaining, and that's a crazy high number.
For collective bargaining,
How
just
big is the budget?
yeah, you said 25. Just explain it to the people real quick. Just to make sure we're all on the same terms here.
Yeah, so $250,000 went to collective bargaining. Like I think the overall budget itself was like $8 million. But like
For the library,
yeah,
$8 million.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Keep going, please.
And I think like most of that goes to just like staff and like, but like they had to cut like the book budget by 25%. They had to cut the digital collection by nearly 75. I think it was like over 73.
Oh, they cut books by how much?
25%.
Isn't that the point of a library? It's the books.
I mean, and like with the collective bargaining budget, like that's that's more than all of the books and DVDs and digital stuff all combined. So
Wait, the budget for books, DVDs, digital things that the library is like known for is less than the county is spending on fighting the union, basically.
Yeah, and fighting like 56 employees. Like if they were just to give us that money,
Yeah.
like all of us, it would be like 4,300 a person, and that's that's not including like part timers would probably get
Yeah.
like we're not even asking for that like so it's just it wasn't about money because we haven't really even pushed like we're gonna like and I think wasting that money makes the public think that like, oh, the union came and now the library's broke, but that's not the case. Like the money is being funneled out to like a private law firm.
What law firm?
It's Jackson Lewis.
Do some research on the Jackson Lewis so we can find out real quick.
Yeah,
And-
they've worked for Tesla. They've worked for Amazon. They've worked for Google.
Oh, this is like a boot going as an ant.
Yeah, right.
What is going on?
Wait, hold up. They're like,
Yeah.
so they're like a huge like anti, like I guess a union busting kind of.
They're known for having like literally written the book on union busting, and I mean I guess the term they like is union avoidance, but
Oh, of course, subsidy.
Yeah, that sounds a lot.
Yeah,
better,
yeah,
right?
you know, gotta- laundering.
How do you get just like sidestep a union? You know, we're not trying to bust them up. We're just trying to,
What you got there?
I just got a quote from a UC Berkeley labor professor, John Logan. This was in regards to like union busting on campus. But his quote is, "You don't hire Jackson Lewis if you want an agreement with the union or you want to respect your employees' right to unionize. You hire them for their hardball tactics. You hire Jackson Lewis if you want to delay an NLRB election. You hire Jackson Lewis for their success in undermining union campaigns." So like they're not pro management, they're just union avoidance.
Wow.
And like you give them $250,000 and that's just to delay things like indefinitely.
So where is this money coming from? The 250,000.
You live in Charles County, right? You live
So I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
Yo, who we talked to?
Aren't you tired of books? Like, aren't you just tired of books?
Cut it 50%.
This much.
So Charles County government taxes are. So once again, this is why I wanted to talk to you, because all this stuff we do on this podcast somehow, some way is connected to taxpayer money funneling back into. It's like same thing with the bus drivers. Mm-hmm. It's just a cycle of just fight and using taxpayer dollars. I mean, we see Thomasine Coates and her whole case. We've seen it all at this point. Oh, we're still paying for that. Was it $3-4 million at this point?
Well,
Back to you. 250. Who gets to say take that money from Charles County taxes and send it over here to Jackson Lewis? Who gets to sign off and make that call?
So it would be proposed by the director and the people of the library. And I don't know maybe if that's like a small team that's making the budget or if it's the director's sole decision to do that. But they get the proposal and then they send it to the board of trustees who agree to like sign off on it.
And the board of trustees, how is that assigned?
As far as I'm aware, the director nominates people to be on the board, and then the county commissioners like sign off on it. Or maybe they also recommend people, but like that's
Who's currently
well, I even had a question for that. You go into that.
go on.
The job of the board of trustees is to basically hold the director accountable.
yes.
But the director is hiring the board of trustees.
Yeah.
So isn't that it's a conflict of interest thing?
I wish I could just hire my supervisor and say, "Look,
Yeah.
you're gonna be my supervisor." Wow. Wait. So who decides who's the library director?
I think the board of trustees.
Oh my!
No, wait, I was thinking, hold on.
because this is a circle. I feel like I'm living in like a
Hold up.
cartoon now. What?
No, hold on.
So
That is
like
such a setup
I
for
remember
them.
there was like a meet and greet where we all got to meet like potential candidates and then vote on it. But that I think that was like, I don't think that was like a binding vote. But I'm pretty sure the board or the county commissioners, but I think it would be the board that would ultimately decide that. I mean, especially if they have the ability to like fire them, that I would assume hire them as well.
Wow. So the Board of Trustees hire the director. The director then nominates the Board of Trustees to the commissioners, and the commissioners basically vote for who's gonna manage the director. This is just a big circle.
And you think it's all good faith because it's a library.
Yeah, most people probably think, oh, it's the library.
It's a respected institution. You know what I mean? I walk in there. There's people in there dressed nice, working. How can I help you?
It's something every
Jobs,
functional
all that.
community has. It's a library, and they're thinking, oh, of course. Why? Who would do that? So, go ahead, Ricky. Because what?
How long does when you're appointed director? How do you go about that? Like, you said the board of trustees is the one that. So that's what to clear up. Director hires appoints the board of trustees, signed off by the commissioners.
Yeah.
But the board of trustees also hires a new director.
Right, but the director can, like, they don't have a term. Like, they're
Term limits.
Yeah, I mean that's like their job until
Whatever.
they leave or
or fired.
Yeah.
So they can go. So it can be you could be a director over multiple versions or multiple different boards.
Right.
And then also you can really, if you wait it out long enough, you can basically determine who your board is. That's gonna.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Wow. So when was this? When was this board that's in now? When were they, I guess, seated or appointed?
All I know is that it all says that this is for the whole board is their first term. So I don't know if that some of them might have a year's.
Okay.
Yeah, it does say first term. All of them first term.
Or do you know like when their term started, or like not really like?
Not really. I mean, I it's definitely not all at once.
Okay. So they're like a rolling basis of like, if someone leave, is it okay? Or I guess my question.
Yo, Carlos, I'm gonna say something. Just look at this
All right, cool.
and just tell me what you see on there.
All right, cool. My question now
Just
is
take
like,
a look.
is it when somebody leaves, then they will appoint somebody else, or is it like each person has a certain term, like a number of years you can serve, and then you have to leave, and then someone else comes? How was that?
Yeah, so I think you serve a term, and then I feel like you probably most likely are allowed to continue unless there was some controversy. But I think you have like 2 terms, then you have to leave.
Okay.
And then they just fill it.
You know how long a term lasts?
It's like every couple of years there's been some new names appointed. Okay. So have you met with these people and said, hey, this is what we're looking to get, A, B, and C?
No, so I want to. I mean, I think a problem is that like we don't have a relationship with the board. I don't know who they are.
Well, we know one of them.
Yeah. And also, so like when they have board meetings, it's on Zoom.
Anyone can tune in?
Anyone can tune in. But I'm pretty sure that if you are emailing them like a comment or a question, and I don't want to accuse that this is happening, but I believe that the library administration is getting it and then passing it to the board. So if I were to email, be like, hey, board, would love to talk to you, like that's being intercepted. And then, like, there's just, I don't have a clear path if I have an issue with the leadership of the administration. I don't know how to navigate that.
It'd be like you putting your name in like the suggestion box and signing it and being like, here's my problem.
So you're unionized with who?
UFCW.
And everybody that works full-time, part-time, Charles County Library has signed on to this union.
No, I mean we hit the majority, so it's basically.
And majority is what?
So half of 56 staff.
Okay, simple majority.
Yeah. Well, and I don't know. We've had some turnover, so I don't know like the numbers currently. But right now we're all quasi unionized. Like when there's a contract, people can decide to opt in or out. Mm-hmm. But there's really no like reason to like say, hey, I'm not in this union, because right now it doesn't affect you one way or the other. So like, part of getting the contract is we have to like, show like why this is worth doing
Okay.
for people to want to like actively pay dues.
And your people, and obviously you're I would say one of the leaders of this movement. No one has sat down with the administration and say, we're looking for, better benefits for our part-time employees. It's your second list in that tier and your third.
Oh no, I mean that's all just been us and admin during like bargaining, but the board like hasn't. They only hear whatever the admin tells the board.
Okay, how often have you met with admin?
So we've been in bargaining since May, so I lost track of how many sessions we've had. We've had like 6 or 7 bargaining sessions.
Okay.
And I will say there's been some movement like as of late, but the majority of that was like kind of everything we were saying. Like just no progress like being done for like months at a time.
And that's on them just trying not to meet with you, or?
I mean, I interpret it as just stalling because, eventually, if like right now we're trying to negotiate like non-economic stuff, but like if that gets delayed and then pushes the economic stuff, then that could delay us into having to bargain for like the whole other contract cycle. Like, like eventually, like we'll get boxed out of this year. So like to spend that kind of money, I just assume the goal there would be to delay like good faith bargaining as long as possible.
I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's quarter million.
It's best for that law firm to be like, yeah, let's keep going, let's keep pushing this $250,000.
Keep kicking the can down there. Exactly. Then
expensive can.
Yeah.
And then like their incentive is just to get as much of that as possible.
Yeah.
Like they don't face the like backlash if the public gets mad. Like so they're gonna do what's in their interest, and that's gonna be to like delay it and just like make it frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way I've seen with a lot of these things, I mean, we can look back at some famous revolutions across the country. Civil rights, for one. Public support is extremely huge. Obviously, it's a library, and most people just see a library as like Carlos said, just a good faith institution. Like you don't go to the library, it's not everybody's quiet, everybody's respectful. It's not a lot of issues, and no one's fighting outside or loud music for the parking lot or just anything crazy going on. It's a library. People there to read, studious, educational. Students in there working.
Space.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you drum up support and put pressure so you don't have to keep dealing with this can being kicked down the road?
Yeah. So I mean, I've been pursuing like media, and that's been harder than I figured it would be. Like I thought when we got the union that there would be like Southern Maryland news, like the library unionized, but like there was no article at all. And like,
did you reach out to him?
Well, the union sent press releases.
Wow. And they didn't take that? Like,
no.
Wow.
Like, not even just like a paragraph. Like,
yeah, I'm
factual.
surprised that they didn't.
Yeah, so not even covering the fact that it was a contentious. Just
What?
Yeah, so like, and then I've been trying to get in contact with reporters, and it's been tough.
Who's the new one that's there?
Alana Williams. I'll give you her. Well, you probably have contacted her, but I'll. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Alana Williams is the new Southern Maryland News reporter. Yeah, that's the press. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, and like, I don't want to get conspiratorial, but one of the members of the board writes for the Baynet.
Bro, I was like, hold on. Wait.
Now I'm looking at the board members.
Hey, hold on.
We saw another one of the board members that we have like a question mark about too. But wait, who's that?
They wrote an article about like the La Plata Library, and like they had like a house had to get demolished from them to build on it, and then that reporter is now on the board, and
that's a little weird.
Yeah, I would love to meet you and like talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to.
That is wild. Because okay, so one thing I would love for the Charles County government to clear up on their website at least is I'm on the library website now, and it talks and it lists out all the different board members' name. We can post this too, like later, right?
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So we can post like the board members' names and everything. My thing is, if you scroll here, and I'll send this to you, Chris, so you can see what I'm looking at too. When I'm looking at it, and it says that everybody is in their first term, but the problem is it gives the years that they were appointed, and saying some people got appointed back in 2021, 2023. 3 of them 2015. So one of the members who we know is Chris Alberts, who was a former candidate for Charles County School Board. And we've had people come on the podcast before, and you could talk about this, Ricky, too, about how you may lose an office and then somehow you get put into some other job, and then it's kind of like you get shuffled around through Charles County government a little bit.
Yeah.
But you also have a commissioner, Amanda Stewart, is a part of the board of trustees too.
Well, and it says ex officio. I don't know if that's just like a...
Oh, like she's just there to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't think she's actively, like, participating. I think she was on the board in the past, and now it's like...
Oh, okay. Like she's just like she's just the commissioner person who's there because
Yeah.
you have to have legally one. I mean, I feel like still, as a commissioner person who's there, you would think like you try to at least uphold some kind of values to be like, yeah, I'm not going to, like, just...
Still some
sign off.
influence.
Yeah, like, I'm not going to sign off with this union busting. Like, hey, they're not, like, delaying union tactics. I'm going to say, like, no, why are we giving our money to this?
Right.
Wow.
And I just think there's no mechanism where there could be informed on that stuff.
Oh, so you think... So, I guess this goes into the broader question. Why do you think it is that the Charles County Board of Trustee or Library Board of Trustees are moving that money to be able to, like, fight you all rather than just, like, you know, accept the union, say, hey, let's have a good faith negotiation and actually go to it? Do you think it's like they want to do bad faith, we don't like a unions, or that they don't know? What would you say?
The board?
Yeah.
I would assume that they just don't know because, like, you know, nothing we organized was based off what the board recommended, or I feel like the board is just trying to sign off on behalf of the admin. So, like, I don't think there's any reason why they would fight it tooth and nail unless they were told, like, this is, like, not, like, a genuine union attempt and the employees were tricked into this or something, like some, like, other weird scenario. But I just think that, like, you get this position and you get told, like, hey, this is what we're spending, and, like, what's your basis on whether that's a high number or not, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, I had to point out to coworkers, like, this isn't normal to spend this much money. Like, you could have done it, like, for, like, 60, and that would have been, like, contentious bargaining.
Yeah.
But, like, to go out the bat, and, like, that's, like, what, like, entire counties have spent for, like, multiple years of, like, bargaining back and forth. Like, it just it doesn't make sense for just, like, a small library to spend that kind of money.
Where'd you get that information from? The $250,000.
We were sent, like, the proposed budget, like, internally,
Oh.
and it didn't say it was, like, confidential, but it was, like, it doesn't seem like it's publicly posted anywhere.
That's weird. I would feel like the budget should be at least public. I guess if it's public money, it should be.
I mean, we already mentioned that I'm paying for it.
I mean,
you're paying for it.
yeah.
You're paying for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Hooray.
I've seen other libraries that are a lot more, like, our books are completely open to you, and
Yeah.
less so at ours, it seems. Even, like, the meeting notes, I feel like, have been more obscure than, like, other libraries. So I just feel like they know what they're doing, and they're trying to just, like, pretend that it's, like, you know, because they have all these other things they're working on. Like, the union is just this, like...
It's like one thing out of
Yeah.
all the... I guess, yeah, I don't even know what a board of trustee... Like, do the people who get appointed even... And this is no disrespect to any of them, but, like, do they know what they're doing? Or is it kind of like you get appointed to it? It's like the people who get appointed to all the other different boards. It's kind of like, hey, you You applied.
So I printed out the like handbook for the trustees because I was thinking that like I could point to like, hey, like you have this due diligence to like your staff that you need to uphold, but like in the handbook there really isn't one. Like they like basically it's like if the director suspends you without pay for like over a week or something, then you could go to the board and be like, I'm being unfairly punished. But like anything below that, it's like the library admin can police themselves and police their staff. So like, it just doesn't seem like there's any training on like what to do if you need to step in or if things are getting contentious. Like it just, I'd be sympathetic that if they just don't really are cognizant of that side of things.
Any idea how much money you make as a board member, trustees?
I assume that was volunteer.
Just volunteer work?
Like,
There's nothing extra with it?
That's the way you said it, Ricky. Like,
Nah, I'm saying it's a lot to go through just for.
I mean, well,
like, why not?
Sometimes people don't need money; they just need a little bit of power in their life.
That is very true too.
yeah, I mean, because there's been like some like retired folks that have done it, and like maybe some people that are in like politics, and it's like helping their stature in the community. Like, I think there's like incentives for some people that, but for all I know, they get paid. I was under the assumption that they didn't.
I'm interested. I'm interested exactly. Well, why it makes sense. So this is what I want to get back to, and this is what I think. Talk to me more about this La Plata Library. What year is it supposed to open up, Carlos?
Give me like 2 seconds, and I got you.
Yeah.
It was supposed to open up. Wow, this doesn't even say. It's just saying that it's supposed to be like 28. It says ground will likely be broken in 2025. Well, we're in 2025 and it's almost over. Have they Do you know if they started even constructing the library yet, or? I
don't believe so. And I think it used to say that it was gonna break in like earlier than that. I think maybe even like 23.
Oh, you are so right. Yeah, because the article that came out about it was about the plans for the new library was back in 2022. Wow. Oh, so this has just been like something that's been just delayed of building this new library.
Yeah, I mean, and we've had like crises because of funding due to it, where like for instance, we used to get paid like mileage if we had to travel like in county, like like if I have to work at the detention center, I'd get paid mileage for using my car.
Yeah, you should.
And they temporarily suspended it, and it just never came back. And
wait, what?
Yeah, like there's like you can get mileage if you're like going out of county. Like, you know, sometimes like we're encouraged to go to like trainings at Baltimore. Like they pay mileage for that, but like any traveling that you do in county you're not getting reimbursed.
What kind of crazy mess is that? And is that something that has to be? Is that something that the director or admin can do by themselves, like unilaterally? Hey, we're going to stop doing that, or is that something that has to go through the board of trustees as well?
I think maybe they were informed. I would assume that it was like more like I'm doing these austerity measures, and here's what they are, and they don't have to sign off on it. They just have to be, okay. Like,
oh, okay, it's one of those like, we could only stop you. We don't need to approve it. We just can stop you if we want to stop you. Or do you think that like, do they have the power to stop him or stop whoever the director is saying, no, we don't want you to do that?
Maybe this is a good question. I mean, just cause like, it creates all these like problems where like, if your branch closes and you're like, you get like a ride from like a parent, like you're expected to kind of go to another library. So like it's like how's that work? Like traveling around town, like you just like you're not getting paid for the gas, like for the miles that your car is putting on. It's just, and like we were mad at it when it was temporary, and then it just never came back. And like I'm just like still mad, you know? Yeah,
I mean I would be too. My job was like, hey, I need you to go around the county, and then hey, but
you spent your own money on it.
Like I'm not an Uber for like I'm not an Uber.
So here's what I'm thinking so far for everything you presented. Full-time positions aren't being they're being broken in half into part-time.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like happening currently. It's just it happened like COVID was just the perfect opportunity to be like we're in survival mode. We're doing what we can.
But they're still doing it.
No, it just we're still facing the repercussions. Like they're still broken. So like that has just created more part-time workers that are waiting. So they're not cutting more full-time, but like there's still just this backlog of people that want to like do this and support themselves but can't, and like they now have to do 2 jobs, and eventually they like kind of burn out, just because of like the 4 full-times that have been cut.
Has there been a big hiring push for librarians then? Have they been hiring a lot of people?
Oh yeah, I mean, so we certified in March, and I think we've lost like 11 or 12 staff. So like that, I mean and that's like part of combining that with delaying. It's like I could see a path where like half the staff came afterwards, don't really know anything, and then like no one's interested in the contract because it's no one really saw what it took to get there and like what we were fighting for. So yeah, it's wild times.
Yeah, that's scary.
So then there's not a lot of hiring going on right now in the library system.
Well, no, I mean they filled all those positions, so we have like a bunch of new staff.
We filled it with full-time positions or
Part time, like because mostly the people that leave are part time, so we just get more part time, and then their level of being able to do it and sustain themselves is minimal. So then they want to like leave. So we don't have like anyone that's really like sticking it out.
Okay. And obviously it's a new librarian coming on board too. And I guess I said this earlier, but just to be more direct, have you seen a more increased use of AI in the library system to the point where a librarian could be phased out more?
No, I don't think phased out, because I think you go to a librarian because they're giving you like, information that is referenced, that is like substantive, that is, like we don't just give you the information, we show you where we got it. And with AI, it's like, they're still telling you to like make like Agent Orange if you have a headache. Like it's like the Google, like I hate it, but it just like AI is still trying to catch up with us. And for right now, I'm not really concerned with losing to AI in like research.
Do you see a lot of high school students coming to libraries doing just any kind of assignments they may have?
Yeah, definitely.
Hold on 1 second, Carlos. Keep that.
There you go. So, I guess what is who are the average people who come into the library? Like, do you have mostly older people, mostly people needing like community services, unhoused people, younger kids coming in to like do work and stuff?
I say primarily people like coming in to need like the computer, like and it's I feel like a lot of times it's someone who like their printer broke at home, and so they're frustrated, and they're like, I gotta go to the library now. So like we're like the last stop on like a bunch of like errands messing up, and now they have to come to the library to like fix it. But it's mostly people that need help with like computer based things.
Okay, so y'all are providing like basically like an essential service for a lot of like people who may not, if it was not for the library, they would not have any way to like do just like their like day-to-day things.
Yeah.
During COVID, were y'all considered essential workers?
No, we weren't. But the libraries are considered like a heating and cooling center, like in like the summer and winter.
Oh, so y'all have to be there like when they do that.
It's usually if it's like snows, like we get canceled.
Oh.
But like if in the summer, it's like they'll set up like fans and like bring water on like particularly hot days.
Okay.
But I don't think we've ever been called like essential.
Okay. So you got this, obviously you got leadership hiring a firm to spend, $250,000 to make sure that you don't unionize, most of your jobs, just from what you're saying, full-time, mostly replaced with part-time work. Obviously, you mentioned the health benefits with that. What else are you looking for that they could be fighting against? Because that's a lot of change too. There's a lot of money being spent here. I'm trying to think. What else? What else are you asking for that it could be? All right, we got to invest this, hire the biggest name in the country to come make sure that this doesn't happen here.
Yeah. So, I think in like 21, I think 22, I was organizing the library with the machinists union, and that was before the bill passed. And that was it. Basically, like I didn't realize how of an uphill battle it is to try to unionize when you have to because you have to time it so you have 50% in like November so that you could file to have an election with the court in January. So like if you didn't have your ducks in a row in November, you have to wait an entire year to do it again. And like if you miss it, like everyone's gonna be like, I'm not waiting.
You got one shot and you're done.
Exactly. So a point came where like I feel like the union kind of knew that we weren't gonna be, like other library counties were like getting like pretty close. So I feel like they were shifting to them, and they just asked me to like write a testimony for the court about like getting this bill passed, like that would turn into the Library Workers Empowerment Act. So I wrote like a testimony on like kind of like, like we're suffering from burnout and like our roles are kind of being like everyone does everything so that no one's specialized anymore. So like we're just kind of interchangeable and like kind of alienated from the work we do. So I wrote a testimony about that. Some county, who I don't know who it was, they tipped off that I wrote this letter so that the library knows like, oh, like you have a staff member who's like not only unionizing, but he's like going to court about it. And so tip that off. That summer we got like I think it was like a $2,000 bonus in like July, I believe.
Oh.
Never got a bonus before, never got it after. But we all got like a $2,000 bonus. And like, if that's in July and we need to have people like angry and ready to do this in November, like it just completely throws the timeline off. So that I was just like, I was done with that.
Yeah.
And then, I wanted to get out of there because, I didn't know about the bill. Like, it was like, I'm never going to be able to unionize this place. So like time to skedaddle. The job market's so bad that I can't find anything. And then someone walks in and is like, hey, like the law's changing in July. It's like, are you interested? And I'm like, yeah.
That's what I've been doing this for. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, in the meanwhile, I like got like trained on like organizing.
Oh, that's awesome.
With the IWW, also like the DSA EWOC. So like, awesome. I just kind of learned from like mistakes I made the first time. So like, I just was like, ready. And I think too, the way we organize where we're trying to get 50%, like you can't stop that. Like I'm trying to like make inroads with people. I'm trying to build relationships. Like I'm trying to like talk about like, let's make something better. Let's like get back to the culture that we had before COVID. Like, like all like positive things. And like, how do you counter me? Cause it just like these things need to happen. Yeah. So like, I just feel like, especially with union busting, like all that did was just delay it. So like it just went on, and like the leadership doesn't know how close we are, but they just know it's coming, and just like feeling that it's coming, and like you can't stop it because every time there's union busting, I call it out. Like every time like there's something substantial, like you're getting like a lawyer letter, like all you had to do was just wait for it to happen, and then it happens.
That's awesome.
So I just feel like I understand if at the end of that you like are like bitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I wish it didn't have to be that way, but like,
I mean, they could have made it a whole lot simpler and just like work with y'all the entire time. But also, congratulations too. Let's also congratulations to y'all on all that work. So yeah, with that, what would you say? Like, okay, what do you all say right now are the things that you all are in these bargaining conversations demanding from admin?
I mean, I think a lot of it is like we're looking at policies that we have and like trying to point out like the way that these things are being policed are being done like to hurt us, and like it's like we just want respect in like the way that we operate, and like right now it's very top down. We just like we kind of have a culture of like, here's what we're doing, we are not asking for feedback.
And what kind of, can you give us some like examples or anything of how they're doing that?
Well, just we're kind of just told like how things are going to be. I think like if I have an issue, I go to my boss goes to admin, but like admin will never talk to me directly. It's always like being done through like a middleman and
A chain of command.
yeah. And we're a small organization, so there's like really no reason why we can't have relationships with like anybody in the organization, but like it's kind of like treated like you're going like to the top of like the like, you know, like there's 5 different like executive
Like it's a
levels.
major, like it's some for-profit major like Fortune 500 company. So it's like I have all these levels. Yeah.
Like I had to know and remember like pretty much what everyone's like issue was and what they wanted, and like their name and their job and like when they'd be around. And it's like you can at least know us a little bit.
Yeah.
And like that, you know, just kind of like I think in COVID, you know, we were all working from home when we couldn't go in the buildings, and then eventually we reopen, and like to some people get hybrid, some people like have to be in the branch every day. And I feel like it just really kind of became a culture of like people that aren't allowed to have any of like flexibility, and then the ones that are clinging to like you know, work from home, like comfortable.
Yeah.
And it just kind of really created like a 2-tier system.
So you're looking for more of a direct path to admin?
Well, just like a direct path to like having like a say in our own like workplace. Like you know, there's a lot of like rules and like policies that are like kind of arbitrary, and just like being able to like.
Any examples of those policies that you could think of?
No, I mean, we're told like we're gonna implement this thing, and we're told exactly how, and then we have to troubleshoot it. You know, they say if we have like a new like, we're giving out Chromebooks, you know, like how like the process of how that works. Like we're the ones that are gonna find the friction because we're the ones that are checking out to the public. Mm-hmm. We're the ones that have to hear the public get like frustrated if it's not going well, but then we don't have anything to do with that feedback. I mean, for me, like. I feel like how the library interfaces with like the unhoused community is like something that I wish I had like some kind of agency in, because like we're the ones that actually have like relationships.
Yeah.
So I guess my curiosity set, like a union, I understand if you like you want more money for this, obviously, and health insurance is up to par. Like what's other popular things? Treatment of workers, as far as like the bus drivers, they had issues with dogs going around. I think, you know, going after people bit somebody. What I understand what you're saying as far as processes and complaints, but wouldn't a meeting with your supervisor be able to alleviate and fix those issues instead of the route you're taking? Not saying this what you're doing is wrong. I'm just saying, is there another way to go about that? Because we're just looking for just like a process change. Does that require the work of a union?
Yeah, but because our advocacy for ourselves is ignored. So like we can go to our supervisor and they can be like fully with us, but then that doesn't mean that anyone above them is going to move at all.
And you tried this before?
Yeah, I mean that's years of trying this. You know, like I've written proposals for something I want for the community, and I've had like people being excited at every level, and then you get to the top, and then it just I don't even get told directly that like they're not doing it. I have to hear from someone else like, oh, they said they really weren't into it.
And what would a union do? Would the union be like, you need to talk to this man and look at his proposal?
Well, because we can create standards for like how we work together. So like, we can like codify us having, like we can create like committees where staff and management work together on projects and not just management like dictating it completely. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is that kind of what management does? I'm not.
Well, I'm
just management.
well, it's like I'm a librarian, and the building's called a library. So you'd think that I would have some agency in like how the library works if that my name's on the building. You know what I mean? Where it's like there's all these cooks in the kitchen that are working like elsewhere that don't come into your building, making all the decisions. Like I'd be fine even just like the supervisors at the branches have more power, but it's really all coming from the top, and like that structure is like what I want to see like more like cooperation from.
Yeah, that's not how I say that.
So
I say that one.
Would you say so? So in it sounds like really it is, as you were saying, admin is basically saying, look, here's what y'all are gonna do. There's no kind of like even do you see a lack of evaluation of things of say, hey, I normally say management when I'm talking about supervisors, but like admin puts it in a policy for you all, but they don't ever go back to you all and say, hey, so how's this working? What could be improved? Or do you see it as they just give you a policy and say, I don't care what you think, just do with it?
Yeah, I think like creating the policy or the program is like the whole point for them, and then once it's done, like
they just wash their hands of it.
Yeah,
You're just looking for some kind of feedback system.
yeah, and also like, like what I pride myself on is helping people like one-on-one with like, getting them like employment, helping them with like, like a government like taxes, like things that like are like hard to like figure out yourself, and like that doesn't really count towards my evaluation. It's more like programs, and then I also do all these other things that don't really count towards my. So like basically like you do stuff and you do it forever, and there's no way to get out of it. Like I do passports. I have no ability to like say like I'm doing XYZ. Like this is too much. It's like as long like every year that you stay, that's like another year's worth of tasks that you're assigned, and there's no way to like.
You do passports too at the library?
Yeah.
Dang.
What?
And basically, so they do it at Waldorf West, and I worked there at the time where like we were getting the training for it, and then I moved to a different branch, and because I got the training, like I just have to do it.
Oh, they were like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
good job.
Yeah, great.
Nothing to do this again.
Reward for work is more work.
Yeah. So then they're just like you can just stack that indefinitely. So like if you want me out, like you could just keep giving me assignments, and then I just like have really no ability to say that I'm like at my limit. Like if I'm at my limit, I need to change my mindset.
So you want to? Oh, okay, all right. So you want to? You're asking admin for. I want to have defined roles on what I do and
Yeah.
what this person does, and would that by itself come along with a pay scale? Because you're the only person that can do passports. Therefore, I may deserve a little bit more change than the next person over here.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely like we're not there yet because we're not doing economic, but like that's one thing we wanted was like more money for like the passports, the people that do it, and like I would love to like be given the choice. Like, do you want to get paid more for it, or if you want to opt out, I'd opt out. But like it,
I don't even want the money for it.
Yeah.
I just want to be done.
but just the fact that like if I got hired a year later in the same role, I wouldn't have to do it. But because I've been there so many years, I just have like a laundry list of things to do. It's just like there's really no way to navigate that, and every branch kind of like handles it differently. Like you're weighted on what aspect of your job counts for your like raise and stuff. Kind of varies. So it just needs way more structure.
There's no standardization of like
Exactly.
you all.
It's
say,
just
hey,
just roles and things, and
Yeah.
And if you have like if I brought a certain skill set that just you're at the library, it's kind of like a catch-all, then you can just do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter really what it could be anything community of like I don't know. Let's say if I was offering I don't know, like, okay, let's say this isn't really, I mean, not really think so much, but I show you how to work, I don't know, Microsoft Office. Like I can, like they just bring something up like PowerPoint presentations. I can teach all that. That type of class gets you to 300 words a minute. I don't know, something like that. That could be considered a role that I do because I have the skill set for it, even though it's not a role I was ever hired for.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think like,
and if that's the case, then how can someone make you do it if?
Because they're saying there's a need for it and somebody has to do it. So like, there's like a term like voluntel, like
in the library. It's like the military, man.
No, and there's also like another one is like other duties assigned. So in our job description it says other duties assigned.
Okay, all right,
and you could really do
all right. Yeah.
And like,
there we go. Okay.
And like your relationship to that work changes whether or not the administration likes their staff or not. Like if they are upset, they can really like be hypercritical on like your workload and what you're doing. And if they like you, it can be more lax. So it really is like it varies on the winds, and it just like I want there to be a standard whether or not like you're happy with your staff or not. Like you can't use workload to like punish them.
Other duties assigned, you have to receive the training through the library system first before you can do these.
Yeah.
And what are some, besides passports, what are some other things the library can offer you as far as training?
I mean, they have a ton. I mean, like we're able to like the library teaches like the office, like they have databases for like the office stuff, so you could learn like what you're gonna teach other people like through those databases, like LinkedIn Learning, stuff like that. But they offer like access to like a ton of like, because we need to take like classes. Basically, we need like class credits to be certified to be librarians. So like you have to do like 90 hours like every 5 years.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And then you're getting all this training, and then if required to do that, you have to train. It's not like something like, hey, teach this man how to set up a podcast, and you never had a training for it.
No. I mean, if they wanted someone to do a podcasting workshop, it would be like you get an email where it's like, hey, it'd be really cool if one of you did this. And then like you kind of know like, well, I'm probably the only one that like is gonna do this, so I might as well just volunteer. Like,
but the training was offered at one point.
For most things, but like, you're not every training is actually gonna get you like skilled enough to teach something.
Oh, I completely agree.
Yeah.
But they're not asking you to just do something off the wall, out the blue that you like. Well, what is this? I didn't realize that was even the thing that we do here, and they don't offer you any kind of material on it.
Right, but I mean, it can like get away from you though, because like, we teach like like Microsoft Word classes. Like, sometimes someone will interpret that as like you have a curriculum and you have advanced knowledge and you can like really like, especially like Excel. Like, I only know what I've ever done in Excel like because of work. Like I don't know anything else but like how to like make the text not like flow into the next one. Like,
Yeah.
But like if someone comes in, they could expect me to just know how to do formulas, and then now I'm like kind of pretending that I have to like pretend that I'm like a professor, and like it just like it can just kind of like in the way that it can turn into social work, and like I can turn into like someone's like social worker. I can also turn into like a professor at CSM. Just based if like someone misinterprets like what level of like knowledge we can like pass on.
I can see the burnout. Yeah. I can see the burnout.
And all that extra work isn't always paired with extra money, is it? Or is it?
No.
Wow. Yeah.
No. I mean, no, you get what you get, and like.
Thanks for doing a good job.
Yeah.
Like, keep going. Wow.
It's just your pay. It doesn't matter what skills you have. If it doesn't matter how good you are at it, it's just flat, and that's that. There's raises built within yearly, or is that?
Yeah, so I mean, you get like the COLA, and then you get like
the
merit increase. But like it's it's not a culture
merit
where
increase.
When you interview, you don't like negotiate your salary, and like you don't negotiate what percent. Like everyone just gets the flat. Like you either get it, you don't.
Oh wow. Well, I guess yeah, it is government. Government.
Yeah.
I never had from the military, man. I never had a government job, so
Yeah, that's how it is.
it's a very
Yeah.
it's where you get in. This is what you get.
This is where you get start off at, and then if
Okay.
depending on how you promote, then you can go from there. So
Well,
no, that makes sense to me from there. It sounds a lot like the military, honestly. Like
Yeah.
you just kind of you're walking in, and we're like you're librarian. It's kind of like a catch-all term, and we're kind of expecting you to be like a jack of all trades, whether you're a master of none.
Yeah.
And what you're looking for what I understand, is you want some of those roles defined with the help of the union.
Or well,
Specialists.
I guess more. I want you to be able to define your role. You know what I mean? Like,
Is there enough of a role in one? Like, if there's someone there just doing passports, is that enough to justify a salary for that?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think like from what I've seen, like people all kind of cover each other's like proficiencies, and like if everyone was able to kind of do what they wanted to do, like if people just were able to like, you know, curate like their niche more, I feel like it would just work much better.
Until they take a week of leave.
so kind of like if there were, like specialists where you had like, hey, we know Chris is gonna do all the stuff with like Microsoft Office. You got, I'm giving a random name, Linda over here. Linda does everything with passports. This person, they do things with that. So you all have defined roles of what you all do. So it's not like, oh, Chris, once you took a picture for the passport, oh great, you're doing that now.
Yeah, well, yeah, and like, and this is all like stuff beyond like your day to day.
So that's extra on top of day to day, just like librarian work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
So that's the thing is like the day to day stuff, like that is just baked in. I'm like more like everything that I've done since getting hired is like now layered on top of each other, and like
okay.
I don't really have the agency to be like, you know, I used to be really into like gardening programs and like ecology stuff, and like I just like I'm way too busy to like think about that in my personal life to even bring to work now. Like I have so much on my plate that I can't really do hobbies that I could then teach the public.
Oh wow.
So like it's like things like that where like it just, if you reduce the burnout, you reduce like the work stress, the workload, like we would have like richer lives that we could then do things that we can then bring to the community.
What is a day? Cool. What is like a day in the life of a librarian? Like work hours. What do you deal with throughout the day to your time your shift is over?
Yeah, I mean, you know, so the morning starts with like getting like all the holds for like different libraries and like checking in all like the books that were like left overnight, and then it's just like helping people with the computers, printers. We write like blog posts, and then we do programs. So like kind of doing, you know, like a day would be like split between helping the public and planning a program, or helping the public and then doing like a computer one-on-one with somebody, or like going off site to do like an outreach program. So it just like a bunch of stuff.
Interesting. Would more staff help, or are you pretty satisfied with the numbers?
I mean, I think the numbers are good. I mean, I feel like the part-times that were cut in half, like getting those full-time back would like probably be better, but yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's not even workload, it's just like the stress of like dealing with like
the public.
Yeah, and like, you know, like people that are like need help that is like beyond you.
Yeah, it's very
on
needy.
A daily basis. Like,
yeah.
There's just no outlet to like decompress, because like if you're like seen like not doing work 10 minutes after you had like a tough experience, like you could be perceived as like time theft. You mean like wow. There's just no like.
Is it like?
It's like
is it?
Working at Amazon like warehouse? Like sounds like Amazon warehouse. Like okay, we want you on the from the
There
time
are no
you clock in
bathroom
and clock
breaks.
out, you're working. Like
I mean, like, because we all have good relationships with our supervisors, and like, it's not like that all the time, but it can just like hyper turn into that.
Okay.
So it's like it just like there's kind of that atmosphere of like you could get caught at any time because like you're not like like on every minute.
Wow. Do you feel like they treat, because okay, so I can't talk about the military and government work, but I can talk about a little nonprofit.
There's a lot of similarities.
Yeah, I mean, hey, when they treat everybody out here. So I come from like nonprofit work, where is you have a lot of people who work in nonprofits get kind of taken advantage of to be like, hey, like, you know, we can either not pay as much or like add on work to you because you're supposed to like love what you do. Do you feel like admin takes advantage of like librarians to say, well, you're supposed to love what you do here in the community, so they kind of like feel like we don't need to treat you as well?
So I think that's like definitely a big factor. I don't think that comes from admin. I think that's like more institutionally ingrained, where like everyone loves the library. You know, everyone loves like Michael Treats, that librarian who he's like the new host of Reading Rainbow.
Oh yeah. He's on the guy, right?
No, who's that?
Light skinned black guy, bush kind of hair. He was doing a whole thing about like why you should read and stuff. He took over for LeVar Burton on the.
Oh, okay. They used to have a lot of those
Thinking about
campaigns when
Reading
growing up, a lot.
Yeah.
A
They
lot.
stopped that.
Yeah.
They said kids don't need to read.
Read. What you got to read for? We need you uneducated.
Yeah.
Need you dumb.
Easily susceptible
Yeah.
to propaganda.
Now here's ChatGPT 7.
There you go. Google Gemini then. Wow. Okay, so also, I guess going back forward, all that. What has been you all's main like tactic since you were seeing kind of like bargaining not really working, where like a stalemate because admin is bringing in the lawyer? Have you all gone to the like library board meetings, gone to like the board of commissioners about this? Like, what has been the other tactics?
So we're trying to start having a presence at the board. I think so. I think because like our union had like other campaigns going, like just more time passed before we really like started like kind of honing in on like how little was being done. So like really like the past few months we've really the tone has kind of shifted to like
Let's ramp up a little bit.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right,
And also
all
like
right, all right.
I definitely I was like super burnt out when we certified, and like the fact that I didn't really get like any catharsis because there was no like you know
There's no big election party.
yeah, I mean,
one.
and people are still scared to even say that we're unionized. So it's like it feels like nothing changed, and then I go into bargaining and I'm just like is this my punishment for like the rest of my life? Is like this will just like always be like joyless. So I kind of just was like despondent, I guess, for a little while, and then I like kind of woke up and was like, I need to like kind of lead things and like I need to like tell the union how this is gonna go. Like this is the library's union, so like I need to make sure like we're taking care of like the staff like the way we like need it.
That's awesome.
Lead initiative.
And the union's been receptive to that.
Yeah, hey, every union needs a strong leader. So,
There we go.
and you are I guess you're here, but you're the spokesman of
Or shop steward, I guess. You call
No,
it?
so we get shop stewards once we have a contract.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm like just some guy. Like
That's what it starts with.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I would identify in the past as like the lead organizer when we were organizing.
Okay.
I'm not like the head of the bargaining team. Like I'm just on the bargaining team, but like, you know, like they both agree with me like that we need to be more like proactive and not just like react to like this giant law firm and like how slow they'll be like every step of the way.
What we'll start to wrap this up here soon. What kind of material do you have out there that the public can look at and be like, okay, all right, this is 3-5 points that the librarians are looking for. This is what they want. Where can we find your information at?
Yeah, I mean, so with the board, like I didn't want to go to the board until I had because if I went to the board and they weren't receptive.
And which board are you talking about?
The board of trustees.
Okay.
For the library. If I went to them and they weren't receptive to me, like they were like, we know who you are. We don't want to talk to you. It would be hard for me to then go to the public and then try to get the public because they would just. I want there to be like a concerted like partnership between the public and librarians. So I've been just trying to wait to see how the pieces fit together. Right now, like the Southern Maryland like DSAs, like they've been like pretty passionate about like what's happening to us, and like they want to get the word out, and we're just kind of like waiting for the right time. But like
Southern Maryland DSA.
Yeah,
DSA standing for
Democratic Socialists of America.
Yep. Wonderful organization. Yeah, we had a conversation with not them, but the Charles County bus drivers, so they were also helping them with their unionization effort.
Bus drivers.
They're awesome. They're an awesome group.
Yeah, and
Bus drivers.
So we're really trying to get something going for the next board meeting,
Which is
November 6th.
and that's in person.
It's on Zoom at 6 p.m. So you can register for that on the library's website.
We might have something to do November at 6 o'clock and then now.
It's gonna be a very interesting day, regardless.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping between now and then, like we get some kind of media coverage and get some kind of messaging out there.
Get about 50 T-shirts on that Zoom.
Yeah.
Are you all planning on so can there be like public comment during the
Yep.
Oh, are you all like planning on public commenting, or is that
Yeah.
okay?
All right, we got something here.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. One thing I've noticed here, and Carlos, you can test this. When you get some public pressure here in Charles County, it ain't gotta be too much. You get 50 people out there, you're gonna
Get 15.
You get 15 people. I'm sorry, not even 50. Asterisk. You get enough people on your side making some noise. People tend to respond to it at the least, and then you get their response. And then from there, obviously game on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that pressure. Obviously, you want to work in good faith, but that public pressure is really just going to get anything moving.
No, I mean, and people like say they love the library, they love librarians, and like I feel like they're talking about the people that are in the buildings, not like the people that they don't see in the back. So I just feel like it would be natural for them to support what we're trying to do here. And like also with the money being spent, like it's clear like we're not trying to take anything away from the public, like that that money's being taken from both of us like collectively. So like
I'm really trying to save the public money because
right
now they're just wasting it. And
I want my money back.
Right.
No,
I want my books back, right?
And my books too.
Yeah, no, because it's hard because like people are complaining about like lack of like digital resources.
Oh, so people are actually feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
wow.
I mean we've had like databases like removed.
What?
Yeah, I mean and like
That was a day.
the line is that
Databases.
it's not related, but I just I'm not gonna do the work of like clarifying that. Like the numbers are all there, and like we lost these things to pay the lawyers and like
Yeah, like if you see a reduction in the budget for something and then something's not there, it didn't just walk out and go home.
Yeah. No, and then like we've lost like how many people in this area for like federal jobs, like the government shut down with like reduction in force. Like, does Charles County want their library to be like anti-worker? Do they want them to be anti-labor?
Especially coming up on an election year, do the elected officials running for office?
Now we're getting some campaign phrasing here. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'm highly interested to see what happens next, and we'll definitely stay on board. And whatever information you do have, as far as I know, obviously you talk about your health benefits, protection for different
LGBTQ
different groups of people. You mentioned protection against burnout with different things that can be done. I'm not that one. To me, probably this is me talking. I'm not sure how that's alleviated without more staff. Just based off the number
full-time
of
people.
Yeah, but would more full-time people take away money from
We got $250,000 being used for a law firm.
You know these people
can't-
are. They're
you
not.
can't tell me
They're
that
not.
you ain't got
Yeah,
the money.
for sure. Yeah, you got the money, but is that how they just fix that? All right, we'll just give you 2 more full-time positions.
Well, so the issue I have is that, like, the library's trying to justify the budget they get, so they're taking on like these projects from the county. They're doing like, oh, like we'll distribute this program for you or this project for you, and then they throw staff at it, and like we should have a say in like what you're signing us up for. Like it just can't be like limitless. So it's not even that we would need more staff. I just like we should be able to justify what we do without like constantly having to throw us at like new emerging like initiatives.
Sounds like that contract then. That other duties assigned is may want to look at getting that removed.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah, because like one thing I noticed, like especially with especially city workers, government workers, unionized workers, like yo, if it's not in my contract, I'm not doing it. And these guys are very serious about. Look, I got a contract, 8 to 4, not a minute over, not a minute before. So
I wish.
Yeah, serious about that contract. They bring contract up. I ain't say, hey, how you doing, Mr. Albert? Contract. I'm like, yo, whoa. Like, hold a second, baby.
My contract does not say I say good morning to you. It only says I say goodbye. Rick, talk to me at night.
Hey, you know what? They would say that word for word, bar for bar. So right now, because of the deal you signed, it's like signing a Diddy Bad Boy back in 2004. I mean, you're just getting jacked on royalties. But if you redo the contract, I think that may be the best way to avoid what you're talking about, or the burnout and people leaving and people come back in, then the movement not growing as strong as 2 years, and I'm like, I'm done. I can't do no more.
Yeah, right.
Wow. I would even say, like you were saying, wrapping up here too. Can you tell us about some of the work that you all are doing, or if you all are doing it with them, with Southern Maryland, or just DSA in general, about allowing Maryland public workers to be able to strike? Because as you were saying offline, can you tell us about how you all currently aren't able to and stuff like that?
Yeah. So that was actually one of the first like things that HR told us when they knew that there was like union interest, was like,
Dang.
You're not allowed to strike, which was basically just saying like you don't have a weapon strong enough to defeat us. And and it's not true, because there are other mechanisms like where you can force on the table, like you can get like third party mediators, like they have to bargain in good faith, so you could bring the law in to say like they're like not following
Like
the
grievances
bill.
with like what is it, National Labor Relations Board,
But
stuff
like,
like that.
but all of that, it is much harder than just having like the threat of striking, especially when like a library striking wouldn't shut down the city the way other like public sector, and like I think all public sector workers deserve the right to strike, but like librarians there's like really no reason to us not to, which just shows us how like broken that rule is to begin with.
Okay. Can you tell us about some of this, like the push that you all are like engaging in, or a DSA is engaging in?
Yeah, this was Southern Maryland DSA. They're petitioning to get signatures to for right to strike. I believe it's like a Baltimore initiative that they're like taking down to Southern Maryland.
Okay.
So I think like it's like it's a statewide.
Okay, cool. Also, it
initiative.
will be for the whole state to allow all the public sector workers to be able to go on strike. That's awesome. That's awesome. 'Cause, I mean, you see, Ricky, and we talked about it with the bus drivers, about with the who is it, the sanitation workers in, what was it,
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia, and how even just a few days of them striking like brought the city to its like knees, and they got, I don't think they got everything
They got like
wanted to.
like
But they
8%,
got
something like that. They got a little bonus.
like a good percentage of what they wanted. So we see how a lot of times you can't bring power to your side unless you do have these mechanisms like a strike.
Right.
Turn the buses sideways on 301.
Flip a bus
Maybe you get what
over on 228. Stop everybody. Ain't no leaving the city. Ain't no getting out the city.
Yeah, but public support pressure is everything. If not, then these things kind of like And everybody's got their own. Once you make other people uncomfortable, then there it's like, all right, then it becomes my issue too. So we'll keep seeing how you go. Let me get some information too.
Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah.
Any last words or anything you want to say to the public or any?
Any last words? Ain't it for this man? For to get this man out here. Walk the plank. What you got for us, Chris?
No, just you know, the most important job I've had is like helping people, and you know, I think that we could do a much better job if we like are supporting each other. And right now, it seems like we just need the public to like back us up on this, because I think it's very plainly the wrong thing that we're up against, and that money just deserves to go where it was supposed to go.
Nice.
Yeah. Contracts, everything.
Always.
Oh yeah. Los, we'll talk on the side next pod. We got some things I'm interested in still. Campaign financing, very very interesting in these reports as we get a little bit hot into 2026. What's that? Oh,
shout out to Merlin Chris system, where you learn everybody's where their money goes and comes.
yeah, for sure. So there's a lot of information that we have down. So the whole goal podcast, obviously community based, just to get out and just talk to people in the community and see what they're doing. And after November 6th or even before then, spin a block on us. Come back.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
we'll keep getting the word out there.
All right, sounds great.
Yeah, for
please,
sure.
And also share with us in the public too, when you get it, how people can show up to the board trustees meeting on November 6th too.
Yep, yeah, we'll get the information out.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And thank you everybody too. Charles County, always appreciate it. See you soon.
See y'all, Charles County.